Hey everybody, Jinza here, and welcome to a new Small Bytes Plus. So this week we are going to be looking at a free-to-play TCG going by the name of Chronicle Runescape Legends. And yes, it is based upon that old MMO RPG from some time ago that somehow seems to be going and past the whims of time. But I guess there are a few like that. World of Warcraft is still going and still does have quite a big player base. So I guess some games just transition through time without actually dying off. I believe it does look a lot different to when I played it. I think I played it when I was at college, so quite a few years ago, and I believe it's got loads of different stuff. But that is irrelevant because this is a card game. I actually don't know most of these characters, so I guess they're new characters based upon the new model. But it's a TCG with a bit of a twist. It doesn't work the same as other TCGs, so I guess we will start and have a look at the characters that are available. So you start off with these two characters. There's a mage and a warrior, and basically what happens is if you go to solo play, you battle against the various different wands and you unlock them. So you see this one, he's just been added recently, so I haven't played since then. And so if I battled him now, I'd unlock him. So the way the characters work, they are different and have varying abilities. So each character has their own unique support cards and their own unique monster cards. So as you can see, the mage, she focuses on, obviously, magic. But how does magic work in a game like this? Because there isn't actually properly spells. So basically, a lot of her spells, as you can see, like remove health. She also has a lot that focused around cards and having a huge hand. And how many cards in your hand does damage to your opponent. The Raptor, he works, basically he's a tank. He gains a lot of health and a lot of armor very fast. The Ozan, he's all about sort of copying stuff, very sneaky, very thief-like. Linza, who's my favourite character to play, she's all about gaining weapons and bolstering those weapons. Vanescula's a vampire, so she's all about doing damage and stealing health back through that damage. And this new Morvan, I haven't played him, but he seems to be very focused on slaying monsters and stuff like that. Kind of based on the RuneScape skill slaying. He must be a character in the game. And you can actually create your own deck. You can use the ones that they give you, but you can actually create your own, and you can actually put a fair few cards into your decks, which is quite nice if you want a really big, vast deck where each game's going to vary very highly with a lot of different things. But obviously, that's got its plus sides and its downsides. You can see a lot of different cards, but again, you're not going to be getting those nice combos going. So as the cards, basically you have support cards and monster cards. A lot of support cards, apart from a vast few, you need to gain gold from killing the monsters to get. And they each basically do support of things. So, as you can see, gives you armor, gives you weapons. There's Linza especially. She's got a lot that you can attack the opponent and lose durability or weapon damage on your thing to get sneaky hits in them as you go along. The monsters, they all vary as well. So, basically, a monster will have its own health pool. When you start, like, first turn, you want some good 2 health monsters, because unless you can get a quick weapon, because you don't want to take damage. So each monster has its own health pool, which needs to be killed, and the damage it'll do to you. So if you get first swing and do enough damage to kill it straight off, you won't get hit. But if, say, I only had 2 damage and hit this, I'd take 1 damage back. So you'd really want to try and balance your monsters, so you've got monsters in varying order. And you'll see when we get into the game what I'm on about, because it doesn't work like a normal TCG would. It's kind of done something a bit different, which is nice in a way, but it might be kind of confusing to newer players that have played other TCGs like Magic and Hearthstone and stuff like that. So as you can see, they've got all different monsters. They grow in scale and you can unlock different ones. And depending on the class you play in, you can even get special monsters that have better traits on them, so they give you stuff relevant to your class. So as you can see, you gain armor equal to rival's total attack. So he'd be quite good against my character, because if I have a sword that bolsters my attack loads, he might be able to get a ton of armor back. So let's actually jump into a game. You can play through solo. There's different, basically like challenges. You get some gold, which is, or coin. It's not really coin, it's like bronze, copper coins, which you can, I don't think I ever have any packs around, no. Which you can buy packs with, but you can also buy real currency stuff, just like the other things, and you've got different skins for characters if you really want. Whatever floats your boat. Well, let's actually have a look at the gameplay and see what the mechanics are. We're only going to go into casual, so I'm going to use my deck I made. It's not the most amazing deck, it was just me messing around just to see what I could do with it. I kind of like the idea of lots of weapons and bolstering stuff. It's not very balanced, but we'll see how it goes. The casual rank matchmaking isn't that great because it does put you against players that have either spent a lot of money or a lot of time in here, but the rank's a bit more, you know, same people are the same level. Right, so it looks like we're going second, so we get extra cards, and we actually have a fairly good starting one. I would like to keep that one because it gives me a weapon. We also have a gear, but we don't really need that in a moment, so we'll keep the hand we got. So, right, basically, don't worry about what your opponent's doing, because when you place cards, you're only going to attack these. So my character's only going to attack what I put down. So you actually don't have to worry about too much about what your opponent's doing. So we're going to put that one down and that one because that's a nice easy one. And we put that down and that down. So how it works is you want to try and beat as many monsters as you can to get the gold to spend on your support cards. And luckily we got the Mischievous Imp, so we're actually going to get a bit of a card advantage here. So what happens is you'll do 5 chapters like this, or 5 rounds, where you fight for things or pick stuff up. As you can see, you can do damage to your opponent as you go along. But the premise is you basically, once you get to round 5, if neither of you are dead and you got to the end of round 5, you will fight each other. So you kind of want to bolster your hero up as much as possible. Certain classes are better at trying to kill off the heroes before you get to the end of the round, because obviously this game can change in an instant. So you could be dominating one round. You see I'm doing quite well this round, but next round he might do a lot better than me. So we're actually waiting for the opponent. Right, so what have we got going here? So we got +1 to our weapon. That's quite nice because that's actually going to give us more durability on it, because that will eventually run out. And that would give us a coin. So we can deal damage to a rival equal to your weapon attack ×2, but that removes some weapons. So you might want to save that till nearer the end, because we could do with our weapon to get through here. So let's just try and get a lot of coin. So your weapon attack equals its durability. So that would actually be no, that wouldn't be kind of handy. Yeah, let's go for that. So we get a discard card. But these little, we'll see when we get there. But if you see that little fire thing at the bottom, it means it gives you a permanent boost to your damage, which is quite nice because obviously weapons run out, well, unless you've got stuff like that makes them last longer. He's going to do a bit of damage to me. That's okay, because we're actually doing not too bad, guys. So yeah, this is basically it. It's kind of entertaining, but I do feel it drags on a lot. It actually, technically it doesn't, because the matches last about 10 to 15 minutes, which is kind of average to what a normal card game might last, say in Hearthstone or something. But I don't know, it just feels like it drags. There's too much animation going on. It's charming when you first play it, but when you start playing a few games, it just feels like, oh, come on, I just want to get through the game and fight. That's just personal preference, though. I know some people are going to really enjoy it, and there's quite a big player base going on. Oh, so we can get a nice sword going. But you see, we've ended up with a bad hand here. We can't actually kill anything. Legend will have no weapon. So if we take that and then kill that, that will give us +2 on our weapon. But unfortunately, we're missing out on 2 cards here because we don't have the gold to do it. So this is the problem. He actually just... Oh, it did more damage. That's See, he used a card to increase my monster's damage, but unfortunately I'm still going to kill it in one hit, so it doesn't really matter. And now I'm actually getting quite a badass sword. And that actually got attacked me first as well. So yeah, the Slayer works all to do monsters and stuff. He's actually increasing his health back, which is not really the biggest of deal. I could do with something to increase my health because I'm getting quite low. But I mean, the animations that quite nice. The little levels. There's not an awful lot of variety on the levels, and it's completely random at what it does. But overall, it's not too bad. We actually don't want to use that because that would replace our 9-3. We could discard a random card to get an extra bit of attack, but that's about all we want to do. We could do with something with a coin because we do have a guy that gives us, well, stuffed it. What is it? It gives you pies, I think, which heals you 7 points of health, which would be quite nice for the end round. So maybe we can get a extra one there. That's okay. So we're up to 13. He's taken a lot of damage from these monsters, as you see, because he can't kill them first hit. So he's actually only down to, well, he's going to heal a bit back. But if I use my weapon thingy, I might actually be able to kill him off straight up next round, but we don't have enough coins now. Let's see what the fates give us. Give us some good monsters to kill. And then we can actually just finish this guy off before the end. Though I do kind of want to... Ooh. So then we can weapon attack ×2. So we might actually be able to kill him off here. Do I want to use that? That will... Why does it let me have that? I ain't got enough gold to use that, have I? Move 2 health. I don't know why it's letting me select these, because normally it doesn't let you select, but I've only got 1 coin. And that requires 5 to play. Oh well.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's just go for it. Why not? We'll just go for what we got. We actually might be able to kill him straight up if he doesn't heal or anything the next one. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, he's going to take a lot of damage. Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's going to remove 10 health from us because here we go. We're going to actually kill him before the end. Bye-bye. 18 damage straight up. So yeah, that's where it can be nasty. So we never actually made it to the end, but basically you make it to the end and whoever's first hits first and then whoever's second hits first. And it just goes back and forth until you'll kill each other. So it's not that interesting. But yeah, so we actually defeated someone and I have no idea how to pronounce that name. So you get your basically daily quest to give you gold, well, copper. It's not gold because apparently we're not rich people. We're just counting those pennies. But you get a lot of different daily quests to use different things. So you can, I think pretty much every day you could buy a booster pack if you really played this a lot. I think it's quite charming. I like the idea of it. I just get burnt out on it really quickly because the games just feel like they drag. Maybe I need more fancy cards or something. We have got some new ones. I do like the deck building. The deck building is quite fun. I do like just the different spin from just straight up playing cards against your opponent, where you're basically you're in your own little bubble. So you do your own thing. Maybe you throw a few hits in like I did on that guy, and you just go along and basically hope for the best. I don't know how well countering different decks and stuff works because I haven't really played much competitive in this. I guess some characters kind of are better than others against certain classes, like in any other TCG. But yeah, it's pretty much RuneScape Chronicle in a nutshell, really. It's sufficient at what it does, and especially if you've played RuneScape more up to date and you know who all the characters that are, you're probably going to enjoy it a lot more than I do because I have no clue what all these characters are. Whereas if I play Hearthstone, I know which characters are what, and it's kind of nostalgia and memories, but I don't know who most of these people are because they're new people that have in the games recently. But yeah, so that was Chronicle Runescape Legends. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next week for another Small Bytes Plus. You know what to do. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.